What is going on, everybody? It is time for the Thursday night Toypixx live stream, and holy crap, there is a lot to discuss. I expected there to be quite a bit leading into this weekend's Toy Fair, and that's not disappointing at all. But there's even stuff outside of toys that are related to toys that could be exciting, maybe not. I don't know. It depends on a certain point of view, I suppose, if that doesn't spoil part of tonight's discussion. Anyway, that's what we're going with. We're just talking about a bunch of stuff. You saw in the thumbnail that Mattel has acquired rights to make DC action figures. You saw in the thumbnail that loyal subjects, well, maybe you didn't see that part in the thumbnail, but mask figures are coming. And sorry about that. You also saw that Cold Slither from G.I. Joe Classified is showing up. Now, no extra hands, so I'm not getting them, but I love how deep the Joe team's going. So the first thing, of course, I want to just show off, and then we'll get to the chat, is, well, you know this is happening. Tomorrow is the last day for the Patreon photo contest for February. The theme is couples, and instead of me making you go to Patreon so you can look for this picture, the link's in the video description below. So click that. You'll see all the details on how to enter and everything else. Tomorrow's the last day. Fingers crossed. Let's see. Let's get some people in there. We've got a couple already, but I want a contest. Let's have some fun. Let's make sure if you're subscribed to the Patreon at the Grande tier or above, you just send in a picture. I want to see them. I want to see what people are doing. That is fun for me. And now what we're going to do is jump into the chat, jump into where all the fun is already happening. Oh boy. Okay. Sci-Fi George loaded us up. So let's go here. Greetings and toytations, everyone. Greetings, Sci-Fi George. Speculation among fans is that the SDCC Cold Slither exclusive will run about $150. I concur with this. I really want the instruments, and the figures are... Wait a sec. Let's see. Different enough from their normal appearances to have them as a regular band with other similar themed figures such as Dazzler. That would be awesome. Put Dazzler in Cold Slither. They're good pieces to add to a 70s or 80s theme. This could actually, good Lord, Sci-Fi George, leaving us on the edges of our collective seats. Would that be collective seats or collective seat? I feel like that would be collective seat. Sell out, or it can go the way of Pulse's Crimson Pack and be almost half off in their outlet section by year's end. I don't see that happening. I think Cold Slither is going to do pretty well. I could be wrong. Stranger things have happened than me being wrong. But yeah, let's see. The Mythic Legion's Dragon for $550 is the base price. The Open Wings and Flame are a separate package. They need 2,000 backers for production. The wings and fire effects may be treated like tiers, or just should I just keep dragging on the nope. No. Let's push the button. Just a separate bundle package. Also, the Necronymous wave from Four Horsemen should hit the streets within the next week, give or take a day or so. Always remember, guys, the best time of the year to save. Must push buttons. Money for whatever you need is February 29th through the 31st. Those are facts. Some years you only get 2 days on the 30th never mind. Yeah, the 30th and 31st. Now back to you, Dave. When the jokes die before they come out of your mouth, that gets bad, people. Thank you, Sci-Fi. I appreciate all the info. What do we at? All right, ship. Ahoy, sir. And I did see your message about the Mofex figures. Congratulations, man. All right, Dave, you'd be very happy to know I have Mofex Carnage and Venom coming tomorrow. I also picked up some Delta 17 figures, and I'm hooked. Delta 17, were those 3 3/4? I remember hearing about the Delta 17, but I am not remembering much else. Paul, hello, sir. Thank you for stopping in, man. What do we have? Oh, we have Skew. We're cold, Slither. You'll be joining us soon. I shouldn't do that. A band of vipers playing a tune with an iron fist and a reptile's hiss. We shall rule. We're tired of words. We've heard them before. We're not. I remember the tune part too. We're cold, Slither, da 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 da. And then I died on there. Let's see, gonna play the game no more. Nice. Good to see you, Stu. Thanks for the musical interlude. No one else is thanking you, though. They're like, really, he should not sing. See, a little hype. They do watch our conversations. Suggested Cold Slither set multiple times. Thanks, Lenny. Yeah, that's a really fun grab. Spaded one. What's going on, man? I love Lamp. I know that one. I know where that one's from. Excellent. I love Lamp. Hey Dave, hey chat, hey Ray. What's going on, man? Okay. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna chat quite a few things here. Mask and Musk. Whoa, I likes it. Sup nerds, sup Mr. Manson. Thanks for stopping in, man. Oh, spaded one, but loyal subjects figures are terrible, but we don't know what their vehicles are like. And, maybe they'll start doing better. I haven't heard as many bad things about the recent turtles as I did the early turtles. So maybe they're improving. But we shall see. I'm hyped for the mask line. I think a lot of people are. I'm looking at that, and it's not your typical 112 scale, obviously, but I might have other plans for it. And I know Mask a little, but it doesn't feel like that thing that I grew up with, like Transformers and G.I. Joe and Star Wars and all that stuff. It feels like it was there, but it wasn't there like those three. So I might be able to refrain a little bit, but I might need them anyway. Who knows? We'll see. Oh, what's up, Paul? Still having fun. Still saying hi to the people. Always enjoyable. Always love seeing you guys in here, hanging out, chatting with the peeps. Actually, Dave, I think there might be some some extra hands. The official copy mentioned 29 accessories, and that promo image doesn't have 29 as far as I can tell. Holy crap, if there are extra hands in that, oh, if they do that to me, that would be just a fun set. Like, I'm not sure. I just set them up somewhere. The coolness overflows on these releases and drops. It's insane what we're seeing lately. Like today, earlier this week, things are nuts, and I'm digging all of it. I gotta flip my phone over a little bit here. It keeps notifying me. That's the problem with posting images shortly before the live stream. Woo. Yeah, if it's 150, I'm out. I see. It's tough for me because I was looking at the figures. There is a lot of reuse between the four figures, so we'll see. And then there's also the fact that I don't know. We'll see. It's Hasbro. They own the license, but on the other hand, what was it? Wasn't Dr. Mindbender like $40, and Serpentor was 80, right? So I can see 150 being a pretty real thing. But we shall see. Spaded one. Whoa, 150 for a Hasbro 4-pack? That's NECA territory. A line has been crossed. And that's what I was kind of thinking too. Especially with all those repaints. On the other hand, the last 4-pack I bought from NECA had 4 turtles that were repaints of each other. So I don't know. We'll see. I prefer not to speculate too much on that, but when people were throwing that around, I was thinking, yeah, that probably is pretty close to right. Skew, double up on Cold Slither set, make the Average Joe band. Nice. I forgot about the Average Joe band. And it doesn't get much more Average Joe than Duke being in there. What was he? Was he like in the background? Was he just like, I bet Duke was lip syncing. It's been a while. Duke, the original Milli Vanilli. Let's see. Skew 130 or 135 for Cold Slither. They know how we are on prices. Yeah, but they also sold a vamp with a figure at $100, which I really want them to re-release that vamp. I'm in a position, you're getting closer to being able to pick that thing up, but I don't want to spend $300 on eBay. Rex Ship. If Cold Slither is the SDCC exclusive, I wonder if they'd make Cold Slither Zorana and Xandar groupie figures for the following PulseCon exclusive. That would be kind of funny. Or they just add instruments to the band. That would be a blast. All right, we'll get a couple more of these, and then we'll get chatting about the things. Yeah, I would like 135. 135 would be reasonable, man. And if they have extra hands, I don't know what to do at that point. I can get a metal 112 drum set on Etsy for 25 bucks. So Hasbro's plastic one isn't worth 50. You know what, Mr. Manson? That's not a bad call. What can we get guitars for? Oh, let's see here. Big C Richie, I'm not sure you've been on here before. Thanks for stopping in. Much appreciated. Why does everyone keep thinking that new Venom is the movie Venom body? It's like 2 inches taller. It's 10.5 inches. You know what? I haven't been following the Venom all that closely, so I couldn't tell you. But yeah, I mean, if their listing is 2 inches taller, you would think people would be saying, you know what? Never mind. 125 is ideal. 100 is reasonable. We shall see. It will be curious to see what they do with the price there. All right, Ray, I'm hoping TLS adds some articulation to the mask line. The loyal subjects. Took me a minute. I had to read the rest of the sentence for context. Okay. Let's get a couple more from Skew here, and then we'll get cracking. Agreed. 130, 35 is highest end. 100 to 120 is most likely. I hope so. But I keep thinking, I'm sure Serpentor was 80 bucks. And that was a dude in a chariot. But we'll see. See. Okay. All right, guys. I will get back to the chat, but I want to make sure I'm not keeping anybody new waiting. We got to get to this. And I want to find... Oh, okay, so the first thing, I'm just going to stop this screen because I'm wondering what's going on here. So check this out. First off, I'm sure many of us have heard the news that Kathleen Kennedy is expected to retire at the end of this year. Now, obviously, this isn't a movie thing, but if that happens, because I was trying to find a link, so I looked at Variety, I looked at the Hollywood Reporter, both reported on that. And those are real trade publications. Those aren't YouTube rumor mongers or anything like that. Those are like, yeah, this is happening. This is official stuff. That's as official as you can get without her stepping on stage and saying, yeah, I'm out. So anyway, I went to click on those. Neither of those articles would come up. It's kind of like they're going, uh-oh, we better recant something here. So at this point, I'm going to say, if she steps down, here's what I'm curious about. And let me know, because this is more of an action figure context way that I'm thinking about here. We know that right now Disney has pretty, I think the latest number I heard, Spectre Creative was talking, and he thought it was somewhere around 23% royalty fees for licensing out Star Wars stuff. And we know that the Black Series isn't exactly up to snuff when it comes with accessories. I will argue that their sculpts are really good, but they don't come with enough accessories, and they're still too limited when it comes to articulation at their knees and elbows, right? So when you get rid of the top person in any division or any company or whatever, you wonder, it should have a cultural impact. And I'm wondering because if she does indeed retire by the end of the year, I'm wondering how long that might take to filter through for somebody in, say, merchandising who is in charge of licensing out all the Star Wars and Indiana Jones and maybe even Willow, who knows, all that stuff out to people. I am wondering if that merchandising person is going to look around and say, hey, okay, all of our licensees are losing money on our stuff. For instance, Hasbro reported that Star Wars sales were down 12% from last year. So I'm wondering if whoever's in charge of merchandising, once Kennedy's gone, can get in the ear of whoever the new boss is going to be and say, hey, I think we need to keep merchandise on the shelves, but too many of our licensees are losing money and don't want to carry it anymore. We might need to work on the price there and say the royalty. Like maybe we shouldn't charge so much, maybe we should charge a little less, which in my eye could lead to better figures. Now that's a total reach for sure, but in my brain, there's a possibility that this trickles through and a lot of good things start happening for Star Wars. And that's without dogging her or anything. That's without even letting people know my thoughts. I mean, you guys know my thoughts on the Acolyte, but when you look at the numbers of Star Wars series as of late, they're just diminishing returns after diminishing returns. So I'm sure that leads to all these companies not being able to sell the latest stuff. Like maybe the merchandising person will even get to say something along the lines of, also, yeah, we need to loosen our iron grip on what can be sold. People need to be allowed to sell what they think is going to be successful, you know? So, what's everybody's thought on that? That's kind of something I'm curious about. I'm going to get back to the chat. I'm still going to see if I can read everything, but we've got a lot to cover. And I want to make sure everybody gets a say and all that. So, if a lot starts coming in at once, I'm going to have to kind of triage. See, yeah, that 100 to 120, 130, 135, all those would be very nice. Ray, the recent turtles are decent. They just need to work on the loose joints and fragile accessories, Dave. Okay, okay. Hoping, really hoping that they put those vehicles together nicely. And we'll get into just a little bit of what's going on there when we'll go to Toy Arc and just look a little bit. 29 accessories maximum. You know what, guys? That's all they have to do. Cold Slither is in fact going to sell for $200 because they're going to call it the maximum Cold Slither set. That's how this is going to happen. You heard it here first. That's terrible. I shouldn't be giving them ideas. Skew, don't be surprised, Dave. Extra hands awaits. If that happens, I would love for Lenny to just basically say, haha, we're going to release a bunch of hand packs and Photo Dave has to go back and buy a lot of G.I. Joes. Because I love the line. In my head, I'm like, there just aren't enough photogenic options when they don't have a lot of hands, you know? Let's see, they haven't shown the microphones yet. Oh, uh-oh. How many accessories have they shown? I didn't know. I didn't read the description on the Cold Slither set, so I didn't pay that much attention to what all was there. I mean, I think it's all basically just 2 accessories a piece except the drum set right now, isn't it? The figures are not technically repaints, in my opinion. There's definitely new parts being used across the board with the set. There are new parts, but like the pants, I think the legs are the same across the board. And some of the arms, I think there's going to be some overlays on biceps, wrists. They need to do Satan and her band. No, what was her name? Satin. Satin. I said Satan. I think Satin. Satin, I believe. It's been a while. Obviously, I don't have too many occasions to actually type the word satin. Let's see. I think they need to do Satin and her band with Snake Eyes, Boy George, Shipwreck, and Timber and Disco. That's next year's. I think you're right. And if they do that, I would probably get it. With extra hands, of course. Skew put Retro Flint instead of Duke. I approve. I like it. But if Flint's in there, you can't call it the average Joe band, Skew. You have to call it the awesome Joe band or something like that. Okay. Must push. Right ship, overlays, and head sculpts are probably the only new parts. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking on a lot of it. It might be, there were a couple arms that looked like maybe they were a little different, you know? So I don't know. But to your point, Mr. Matson, those might be actual overlays. Who knows? Surely that's got to be coming if they're willing to do a full Cold Slither set. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Where Cold Slither will be da 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 da. Hopefully Satin next year. Yep, Honolulu at some point too. Raven, Night Raven pilot. Mara. Oh, that's right. Okay, okay. I forgot about Raven and Mara. I remember Honolulu. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Boy George Shipwreck Timber, or the Boy George Snake Eyes Shipwreck Timber and Satin in a set. That would be amazing. The perfect foil. We will take down Cold Slither. See, I think the boots and legs are new too. Thought maybe they reused Big Boa legs, but they would make them all too. All I think. See, I don't know if I'm not saying they reused from a previous figure. I'm saying when you look at all four, the legs are the same. So it's kind of like a turtle set with different heads, which is also kind of like a turtle set. Levelhead, what's up, man? Howdy, figure fiends. Hope everyone is having a great day. You know what? I got off a helping tonight about 5 minutes early, so I'm having a pretty good day. It sounds ridiculous, but those extra 5 minutes helped me pop up some tabs that we'll be looking at here in a little bit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Kathleen news. I'm trying. I have to admit that there was a little bit of celebratory me when I heard that, but we'll see if it happens. Let's see, no Jada at Toy Fair. Richie Figs, thanks, man. I don't think so. We were looking a couple. What was it last week? We were actually looking a week ago at the floor plan and trying to figure out where they were. It didn't say Jada anywhere, and what I think people kind of thought is they don't sell a lot in stores. Like they have a couple rows of cars in, say, like where I'm at, Target, Walmart, Meijer, and that's pretty much it. Once in a while, they have Street Fighter at Target, but it's not like those are a regular occurrence. I've got three. Last time I was in the Target here, there were two Chun-Li's and one M. Bison. So I think what people are thinking here is Jada is more gonna, they don't need to sell to Target so much. They don't need to sell to Walmart. They've already got whatever in place with them. And they're going to deal more with the smaller companies for action figures like Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, Nerdzoic, all those places. So that was I think that was what everybody was thinking. Now, that said, I think that they would be missing a bet if they didn't show off some stuff this weekend, just like on their own page. On their own social. I mean, we shall see. The person who, broke the story also was the first to report that she renewed her contract last time. Also, she's starting to get Lifetime Achievement Awards. That usually means she's out. That would be, that is true. People are going to start saying very good things about her. And when that happens, then we're in the clear. Skew, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau put out the good stuff, fix the figures articulation, etc. Easy fix the royalties also. We'll see. We'll see. It's just a numbers game. Once Star Wars gets back to prominence with whomever's there, if that's what happens indeed, then, the fees might go up. But right now, I think they should be lower. Hasbro didn't mention Star Wars at all in their investor call. There was a letter that Hasbro, it was either they showed something, what was it? I don't know about the investor call itself, Mr. Matson. It might have been some kind of sheet or some kind of something they released. I saw the thing, and it was basically, they were mentioning that Star Wars actually lost 12% over last year. And we can see if we can find that. All right, Skew. Just in time for the new Mandalorian movie. Fix it, Hasbro. that's where we're gonna be. We're gonna have Mando again, but it's Favreau's Mando, so hopefully we'll be okay. Although Favreau was in charge of season 3, rumor is Kevin Feige is top on the list. I had heard that as well. I'm curious how that would play out. I'm not too worried about whoever's next because I think there's so little interest in Star Wars right now, just from a pure numbers perspective, that I think they could put me as president of Lucasfilm, who has absolutely zero business running any kind of studio. And at worst, it would be a lateral change. I don't think it could get any worse as far as numbers are concerned. I mean, Hello, Ghost Tab. What's up, man? Good to see you here tonight. Oh boy, a lot of chatting, a lot of chatting. We'll go a few more. Kevin is kind of busy with X-Men, but we'll see. See, X-Men close to his heart. He's been waiting on them to get here all this time. He won't leave until X-Men Going Promise. Also, Spider-Man crossover as well. Hot man. We'll see. I am curious, but I'm not that concerned, honestly. Paul, Ghost Tab, Big T, Richie, woohoo! Thank you, Paul. Let's see. Skew. The real matter is he's leaving after. Oh, really? I have not heard that rumor. Man, that would be crazy. See, hey fam, Cold Slither. What's up, Rick? Good to see you, man. Oh, yeah. They made me sing earlier. It was not pretty. It's quality. We will see. It's possible, although I wonder who'd replace him and cringe at the possibility, unless it's the homie Ryan Reynolds. Then no worries. See, that would be my concern about Feige going to Star Wars. I wouldn't worry so much about Star Wars, but what happens to Marvel. Although, to be honest, Marvel's not in the best place right now either. So I don't know. And when you think about it, is it Kennedy? Is it Feige? Or is it the stuff Iger wanted to push? I'm not sure. All right. They nailed the Cold Slither bodies instruments too. And that's something. I'm sitting here talking about repaints or the fact that they use the same legs across the board. But when you look at drawings like the animation of and the art of G.I. Joe, all the guys had the same body, all the girls had the same body, all the like obviously they weren't too worried there. Let's see, Skew Raider, he loves more than Marvel, and he hasn't had a success that he had in anything to do with since Endgame. Spider-Man was Sony and Deadpool was Ryan. Yeah, I know. I have heard that he's a big fan of Star Wars, so I don't know. I don't know that I trust Ryan Reynolds to run a studio. He gets Deadpool for sure, but I'm not sure. So that's where we're at with that. That was a little bit of just a little touch of speculation, me trying to figure out what this could mean for the Star Wars figures. That new mask reveal has me so stoked. What's up, Toy Odyssey? I think a lot of us are looking at that pretty excited. And hopefully, what they'll do is they'll make sure that everything's very nice when it comes to the quality on those, because that would be bad. You don't want to go into a line that everybody has been, or not everybody, obviously. This might be a touch of hyperbole, but that a lot of people have been wanting to come back. You don't go into that and release crappy stuff. So hopefully they figured something out and their QC is on point. I don't know. I know that he'd map out Star Wars well. And maybe that's all we'd need. I'm not sure. Rick, Cold Slither can be beat by a bunch of Joes with instruments at best. Those do-gooders sound like insane or can't be beat. Ah, yes. In sync. That's why you want Flint leading the band instead of Duke. Flint will actually hear his voice. Oh, boy. Skew and sing Bye Bye Bye, led by Duke. You know what? Never mind. That probably would work. Duke could totally get away with singing Bye Bye Bye. I think that's probably his favorite band. See, I found a few local mom and pop shops that carry the Jada Street Fighter line, and they got the Cyberpunk figs too. Gonna start giving them my money instead of Target. Nice. I've got to find. There's no mom and pop shops around here that are like that. There's the comic shop. There used to be two, but now there is but one. So I'll have to go into there and say, okay, what do you order? What do you have? Ask you, they make music like Nelson. If you know, you know. Oh, I know not. The only Nelson I can think of that there might be there would be Levelhead. Got me a number of shipping notices today, so should be getting some sweet new figures next week. Woohoo! What do you got coming, Levelhead? What's on the way? Oh no, the things I don't know. Not that Cold Slither's music would be great. At best, they're winger. What? You can't. Don't let Zartan tell you or hear you call him winger or say that he compares to winger. Nothing compares to winger. That's cold. That's Brick coming in with the shots. Let's see, with Boy George, let's see. Snake Eyes and Timber can't, or dressed as Snake Eyes and Timber. Can't argue. Ah, all right, we'll get through a few more, guys. I promise. I hope Star Wars follows. Let's see, the old Southern saying: "You don't replace an idiot with a moron." You know what? That would be. I would be that moron, but I'm serious. I think it would just be. Levelhead, what if they gave the reins back to good old George? George is like 80, 81. I don't think, I don't, I mean, if they did, at least let him figure things out from there and just hand it off to someone else. I don't know. We can say all we want about low interest in Star Wars, but I'd challenge folks to name one nerd franchise whose numbers revenue are better than Star Wars that isn't owned by Disney. I mean, there's a possibility there, but what I'm talking, Brick, isn't so much, it's kind of the interest level. So if you see the numbers of people that are viewing the Disney Plus shows, now they're not great for Marvel either, but The Acolyte went record low by a lot, and then kind of like the effect The Last Jedi had on Solo, at least that's the theory people run with, is because The Last Jedi was so divisive that Solo just didn't get any viewership. So that's a theory. Personally, I saw Solo in the theater. I thought it was fine, but I don't know that you ever get anyone to play Han Solo but Harrison Ford. And I knew what they were trying to do. It just didn't quite work for me, but that was why. I didn't think the movie was terrible. I was just like, yeah, that's not Han Solo. But anyway, the point is, The Acolyte had such low viewership that the Skeleton Crew, which I've heard was fair to good, like nobody said, oh my God, it was awesome, but people did seem to like it more than they liked The Acolyte, did even worse because of how poorly The Acolyte did. People just kind of checked out. So I'm afraid if Kathleen Kennedy kept going, we'd be looking at that trend and it would just continue to get worse. That's my concern. Let's see. Oh, poor Ryan Reynolds. I don't know anything. Like, I know something's going on, but truly, I stay out of a lot of that stuff. So who knows? Maybe he's a good dude. Maybe he's not. I'm not sure. He makes funny movies, though. Let's see. Cold Slither 2025 World Tour brought to us by Grape Soda and Donuts. Yes, those are the missing accessories, Skew. Grape Soda and Donuts are going to be sold in the Cold Slither pack. See, dig just a little, and you'll see that Ryan Reynolds has a poor track record of working with others long term. Ah, gotcha. Oh no, I feel like he and Hugh could work together for a while. Who knows? Let's see. Nelson was a twin son. Ricky, no. Bubblegum hair rock. I should have known that. I'm trying to remember. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I did know. Like when you said Ricky Nelson, I think that's who I was thinking of, actually. The Blade movie got higher kudos from me, Britt. Let's see. We'll see. Only other person I can see until they come up with anybody else. Heck, I'll do it if we need it. That's what I'm saying, man. I'll put my hand in the ring or my hat in the ring for Star Wars and just hire people that know what's up. See, the last of the Time Lords is here. What's up, Anton? Good to see you. I'm almost at the bottom here. We'll get through a couple more. Are we not talking about the Cold Slither 10-track album coming? What? That would be awesome. That's, you know what? That's going to push it to 150. They're going to release the Cold Slither song in all kinds of formats. We're going to get vinyl. We're going to get CD. We're going to get tape. Like they're going old school. We'll get an MP3 just because digital copies, which is an MP3. Stop being redundant, Dave. But you know what I mean. All right. Got the McFarlane Toys Power Girl and Fleischer Superman. Nice. I love the look of that Fleischer Superman specifically. Frazetta Girls Vampirella also looks awesome. Walmart exclusive Skeletor. I'm not aware of that one. See, and Marvel Legends Electro from Spider-Man Retro line. A decent haul. Very nice level head. You'd swear I wasn't awake. But I am. I am awake this time. Are you talking Mattel's Club Grayskull or them getting DC? We'll be talking about them getting DC. In fact, why don't we jump to that next? Just because. Now, the first thing I want to show real quick, because I was trying to remember this, is this. So this was information when McFarlane Toys signed with Warner Brothers to make DC action figures. If you guys will remember that they were licensed to do 6 to 12-inch action figures, right? So there you go. We've got that for McFarlane Toys. That was the original agreement they signed. Now I know that they had renewed, I know they renewed at least once. They might have renewed twice, but I don't know if any kind of terms were changed in those renewals. This is the original contract. They were contracted to do figures from 6-inch to 12-inch. Now, let's get out of that. And what I want to do, I want to see if I'm reading this right. If you guys are looking at it and you get something different out of it, I want to go to the actual article that was published by the LA Times. Mattel wins back lucrative rights to make DC-themed action figures, other toys. I will tell you now, without any kind of spoiler, my take is, based on this article, although it never comes out and says it outright, my take is Mattel has the global rights now, and Spin Master and McFarlane are out middle of 2026. I could be totally wrong. I don't want anybody to take what I just said as any kind of fact, but reading this, and I'll tell you why I think that as we go. So let me know what you guys are thinking when it comes to all this. I actually have to put on the old glasses. I should probably clean these. Mattel has reclaimed highly coveted rights to create action figures and collectibles based on DC characters such as Batman and Superman starting in the second half of 2026. It's a huge deal. We're dealing with some of the greatest superheroes and some of the best action figure potential in the industry, and we're incredibly excited by that, said PJ Lewis, Mattel Senior Vice President and Global Lead Head of Action Figures and Fisher-Price Entertainment. Mattel lost the global licensing rights about 6 years ago to develop and market some DC-related toys to rival Spin Master and McFarlane Toys. So what they're saying there, they lost the rights to Spin Master and McFarlane. Mattel was still allowed to produce DC-themed toys aimed at girls and preschoolers. All right, the new multi-year deal could help fuel sales for the El Segundo-based toy maker and entertainment company as it competes with contenders such as Hasbro, which produces Marvel superhero action figures. In 2024, Mattel's net sales were $5.5 billion. Okay, I'm not worried about that. Mattel and Warner Brothers Discovery, which owns the DC brand, did not disclose the agreement's financial terms. Now, they talk about what we know here. Licensing agreements such as this one allow a company to make use of IP owned by another entity in exchange for a fee or percentage of sales. We knew that, but along with figures, Mattel will also be able to create and market DC themed playsets, accessories, and role play products as part of the deal. The agreement includes rights for all DC stories and characters. So we're looking at more. They're talking here in this paragraph about how, I'm sitting here talking about all this. They're talking here in this paragraph about how toy sales stabilized after COVID-19 when toy sales shot through the roof because people were looking for things to do. This renewal partnership will reflect our shared passion for engaging and inspiring fans and collectors of all ages. Nick Karamanos, Mattel's Senior Vice President of Entertainment Partnerships, said in a statement. Announcement also comes as filmmakers work on new DC movies. Okay, we know that. Film releases, comic books, TV shows, social media videos about superheroes can bolster excitement about the release of new toys. In the past, Mattel has produced toys tied to the films The Dark Knight, Batman, Superman, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and Justice League. Mattel has a long history of working with Warner Brothers. Okay, we're going to keep going. Now, we're getting near what's up. We're getting near why I think this is going to be just an overall thing and why I think Spin Master and McFarlane lost the license, and this is now Mattel's baby fully. Robert Oberschelp, head of Warner Brothers Discovery Global Consumer Products, and remember that they lost the global license about 6 years ago. This is the head of the Global Consumer Products. This is, again, why I think this is all Mattel's baby. Said the DC brand is one of the company's crown jewels, and the battle to obtain the licensing rights was highly competitive. The company considered manufacturers' business models and track records in design work, distribution, and innovation when weighing options. What Mattel really brought was a very clear understanding of our brand. Now, that's the one thing that I think has to be corporate speak, because tell me that McFarlane himself doesn't know more about the DC brand than the whole of Mattel. Like, that part read kind of funny to me. He said, adding that the toy maker's global reach was an important factor, and that's something else. I don't know what the global reach of Spin Master and McFarlane Toys is, so let me know what you guys know about that, if anything. Like I said, I know nothing. If you guys don't either, that's totally cool. Let's see. You have content coming every way that's going to be, let's see, in front of that fan. Okay, sorry. That sentence was weird. Okay, you have content coming every way that's going to be in front of that fan to get them excited. What we're going to be able to do is extend that storytelling. So that's why I think what we're looking at is Mattel completely getting the DC license in all forms. They're going to make it all. They're going to make all sizes, all shapes. This is Mattel's at this point to lose, but I think it's all theirs. Now, again, they didn't come right out and say that in this article, so I could be totally wrong. But reading between the lines, it seems to me that there's a very real possibility that this is Mattel's baby entirely. So let's get back to what everybody's chatting about here, which is probably this. Let me look at a few of these guys. I'm going to need to skip a few. My bad. Let's see. I did not remember that, Anton. Let's see. Or the Cold Slither comic? What? That would be cool. Didn't suck. You can still see the effect from Acolyte and some with Solo effect from bad sequels. They got to read the room better. And you know what? That's, as far as I know, that's all speculation. I don't know that that's actually what happened. I can tell you I was one that didn't like The Last Jedi at all, and I thought Solo was fine, but it wasn't Harrison Ford. So I kind of thought, I'm not sure they even should have done that movie. Let's see. What's up, Kyrus? Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping in. Just got my tracking for Mezco Doc Ock. Nice. I haven't seen the video yet, but I saw that D Amazing put up his review. Rick, I hope they get DC at 6-inch full articulation on all the figures, cloth, wired capes. They can do it. Anton, let's see, Cobra Commander series. That's really good. When they brought back the Dreadnoks. Yup. I still need to get into those books. Gene Hackman, yeah, man, rest in peace. Gene Hackman was pretty awesome. What all the stuff he was in, and it looks like, so everybody knows what I read at least earlier today. There was no foul play suspected. They said he was dead, his wife was dead, and their dog was dead. And so a lot of speculation online right now is that it might have been just straight up carbon monoxide poisoning. So whether that's the way it is or not, make sure and check your carbon monoxide detectors. I mean, Gene Hackman was 95, but man, you hate to hear some of those legends go, you know? All right, totally hear you, Dave, on the Star Wars numbers, but I guess my point is that even with their low acolyte numbers, go look at Star Trek or Fantastic Beasts or Rings of Power. Overall mark, that's fair. That's fair. And it might be that people are sick of all of it. It might be the IPs of everything. Like we talked last time, I think it was maybe a couple times ago, about how it seems that just trying to keep these IPs alive is leading to diminishing returns on all fronts. Like I feel like Transformers, for instance, will never be as popular as it was in 1984 or 85 in that era. People will argue that they were hugely popular with Bay Transformers, and that helped reinvigorate for sure. But anybody that was around then remembers what the toy aisles looked like in the 80s when Transformers was huge. And today, I mean, part of the deal has to be merchandise. And if you can't sell a lot of merchandise because you don't have a lot of people's eyeballs on the merchandise, I don't know. I don't know. It's getting tough out there. 8-track cold Slither. It's cold. Oh, I forgot about 8-track. How did I forget? Or did I? I don't know. Did they uncover more details, Q? That bummed me out this morning. Sounds like it might be grim. I hope not. I hope not. What I first read truly was there was no foul play suspected. So let's see. Did read the whole IGN article. Super 7 Cold Slither O-Ring, 10-track album, and Skybound crossover. Okay, okay. No, I didn't read any kind of article. I just saw the pictures of the Cold Slither. I forgot about the Super 7 figure, actually, because I tend to do that. Let's see. I'm trying, guys. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Just realized I left work without grabbing my Vampirilla, which was sitting on the front office. Oops. Hope you're the first one in the office tomorrow, Brick. That could be weird. Unless that was a bot. If she's still in the box, you're probably okay. You don't want a kid to be the first one in there. I'm overloaded anyway. Got my Necronimus Mythic Legions delivery yesterday. Awesome, Brick. Awesome. Those looked really cool. I love the look of that wave. I'm trying. Let's see. Brick, highly suspicious. Brick. Authorities said, let's see. Randy Quaid briefly came to mind. Amazing actor and wife gone very suspicious. I don't see. The first thing I read was no foul play, but it was early this morning, so maybe things have developed since then. Shoot. Sorry about that, guys. Here I am pushing buttons, making things happen, and then they disappear, and it makes us all sad because then I have to find where I was. I don't think that was as hard as I thought it was going to be. Spin Master and McFarlane probably still have rights. I can't see how either loosens the lines. They seem like they are very profitable. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If I had the numbers, I'd know. Like for instance, McFarlane, I think he loses them money by not producing it in 6-inch scale like every other Superman line. Like, I think that was a common sense thing, at least when it comes to action figures based on superheroes. Could be wrong. Color change reaction plus Zartan does look fire. Did not know about 10-track album. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to go. See, Skew Legion's Dragon looks fire for 550. Going to keep going here, guys. Let's see. May Vampirella make it back to you safely, Brick. Yep. I don't think it's just about profitability, Matthew. It depends on whose bid entices WB more. Right there you go. Yep, McFarlane doesn't innovate. That's true. Mattel uses tooling from 2002. That's also true. Ray, it would be awesome if the DC figures were pinless too. Sue, scale. No, dang it, Todd. Let's see, Mel Kiper Jr. voice. Todd. Oh, dear. All right, let's click on this just because it's big. I have to read stuff. Mattel is huge and doesn't share licenses. I'd be really surprised if Mattel DC figures coexist on shelves with Mattel or McFarlane DC figures. But hey, anything can happen. These are not the old days. It's fair. Like I said, the only thing in that press release that I thought was weird was, yeah, Mattel understands these DC figures or the DC brand more than McFarlane. Like, are you sure about that? Goes to biggest issue with Solo was doing a movie about somebody that just died. I don't want to see an Uncle Ben Solo movie either, so don't make it. Ghost Tab, I never thought of that angle, but you're right. They had just killed Han Solo, and then they're like, hey guys, who wants to see a Solo movie? I just want them to scale with legends. I'll tell you. Okay, so real quick, guys, as we go through here, my thought, and I put it on X/Twitter, where if you guys want to see what my real thoughts are and craziness that I don't share on the live stream, check me out on the X/Twitter. But what I want is this from this line. I want Mattel to make 1/12 scale figures in line with whatever 1/12, whatever. Like Marvel Legends is getting pretty big there for 1/12. So who knows? Would be nice if it scaled with Marvel Legends, I suppose. But anyway, that's just me babbling. I want 1/12 with Jada Street Fighter 2 articulation and accessories, meaning at least one extra head, at least one accessory, and at least a pair of hands. If they hit us with DC figures with Jada's articulation, an extra head, an extra pair of hands, and some kind of accessory, that is perfection. At 25 bucks, game on, I'll take it. LBZ, he saw that and he posted on my X thing he commented, but I thought you were a Mofex snob with a little LOL laughing at me, basically. And I am a Mofex snob, but Mofex isn't producing Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, The Flash, all those characters. So I need those. So I would be more than happy if they made the figures like Jada makes Street Fighter 2 figures. All right, where was I? Okay. Ray, maybe McFarlane will stay with Page Punchers and Superpowers. Maybe. I don't think so. I think they're out. I think they and Spin Master are both out. But again, I could be way wrong. This is not a hill. I'm willing to die on. I think reading through that's just what it looks like to me. Mr. Matson, you were 12 hours behind the news. They're investigating suspicious stuff. Front door was, oh no, they were half mummified? Dead for 2 weeks. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, that is definitely suspicious. Thank you. I'll have to go back and check some of that. Anton, Rogue One was probably the best of the movies. I agree, Anton. I completely agree with you there. I'm just not in line with how Mattel does business. I can imagine with the launch of the new movies that WB is interested in a complete do-over with a new partner. Yeah, I don't get anything Mattel. And a lot of that is, and I like the look of a lot of what they're doing with Masterverse, but you guys know me with the waist cut. Like I would, if they didn't have waist cuts, I would have picked up a few of those just because I can say, well, it's Eternia. Things are different sizes there. But I don't know as far as their business practices. I don't know anything like that because I just don't really mess with them, you know? Umbrella should be in a shipper box. Awesome. That's good. That's good. Let's see. That sounds like it would make sense. So let's see how it pans out. Yep. It's just the way it read to me, like reading between the lines without any kind of confirmation. It just read to me like that's what's up. See, scattered pills found near body of Hackman's wife as ink. Oh my God. All right. This will be something that I probably won't read up on. I'll just want to hear things. Either way, check those carbon monoxide detectors. Oh God. This is horrid. Ray, are you talking about the loose collector Vampirella? I think, who is it? I think it's the Frazetta Girls Vampirella, right? Let's see. I don't know how true that is. Let's see. Oh, no. Okay. I was way wrong. Okay, I'm going to kind of go. Going to kind of move here. Honestly, McFarlane is my least fave of the big hitters. I don't click with the feel of the figs. The scale is all wrong, and it's all Batman all the time. Yeah, I'm not a. I've picked up a couple of them, and I don't. I'll be honest, I don't get it. I want his figures to be as good as his art is, and they're just not. Like I read a lot of comments saying, but what you get for the money, and I'm like, if it's all bad quality, there is no value there. But a lot of people would disagree with that takes, and I'm totally good with that. I hope the kid that was in June wins for Bob Dylan for the Oscars on Sunday. Crap, I forgot about that. I didn't actually. I shouldn't say that. I didn't even know the Oscars were Sunday. That's how much. By the way, guys. Okay, here's something that I thought about. I watched the Super Bowl, including all kinds of pregame stuff. And is it just me, or did that feel like old school? Like it felt like yesteryear. Like I watch so much on streaming and so much on YouTube that TV feels like it's from a bygone era now. It was the weirdest thing, and I'm sure that would happen if I watched the Oscars as well. Goes to have hosts like Black Widow movie and Andor the series. Oh dear. Okay, gonna see about speeding through a little bit. Sorry guys. Let's see. Just like got it. Okay. Timothy Chalamet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's who. That's who. Hold on. Let me get rid of this and we'll keep going. Per Hollywood Reporter, three-hour old article, the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office initially indicated foul play was not a factor, but investigators quickly reversed that statement, calling the death suspicious amid an ongoing investigation. Oh, ouch. Ghost have. Mattel is a downgrade. Collectors went from 112th to 111th and now back to 112th. They'll sell Batman, but you won't get those mega figures Todd was doing, not to mention vehicles. I mean, the license mentions playsets and vehicles, and respectfully, sir, I don't think there's much of a downgrade when it comes to. Man, I don't like pushing negativity out there. I don't think McFarlane toys are good in any sense of anything. So I think that it's an upgrade, even if they dropped him to 1/18th scale, personally. But I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with that take. So no worries if you don't agree with that. Okay. The actors seem to have suddenly fallen Oh no. In the mud from off their homes, kitchen. Oh geez. Yeah. Gonna keep going. Yeah. Pretty sad. All right. What do we have here? Skew. Uncle Ben, great power canceled by a ghost. Ain't happening. They do this. Like you said, Black Widow, thanks for making my night by pointing the absurdity of this out. Oh dear. See, yeah, that is sad. Ooh. Okay, I'm still kind of moving through here. Okay, I like the comment, Ghost Tab. I do. News of Mattel doing the DC line should have followed with Ross is going to be start receiving Mattel. That's a little funny. Now, I will say Mattel was starting to pick it up a little bit at the end of their run. Let's see. That's what we really need to be watching, ladies and gentlemen. Forget the Oscars. It's time to check Brick's show. All right. I think I'm close to catching up here. Nobody cares about the Oscar anymore. It's just a pat on the back for Hollywood. There are people that care. Let's see. Bob Dylan dude did a good job. Seems like a good fig. Different strokes and all that. Yep. Brick is way better than Oscars. Facts. The Masters of the Universe also does a Ninja Turtle line. I do like April as the Tila. I knew that. I knew that. It would be, can you imagine Motu crossing over with DC? So, like, you have He Man crossed over with Superman. That would be craziness. Let's see. Oh, the wife was 63. Wow. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of going as a, let's see. All right. Contrarian opinions. We don't allow that here. You know I kid. I think McFarlane figures are fine and pick up a few here or there, both for nostalgia or aesthetics. Not for articulation, of course, but I agree. Mattel should be an overall upgrade. Okay, let's see. It's Mattel's to screw up. Truth. I think that's where we're at with that. Can we talk about some expectations fans want from Mattel? Absolutely, Ray. Fire away. McFarlane wasn't great, but DC is changing. Let's see. Nah, I don't think so. We'll see, though. Is Mattel getting DC word? Oh boy. The new Captain America movie was awesome. Awesome, Anton. I'm good to hear that. Star, what's up, man? Good to see you. All right, I think I can catch up and read now what we've got. I don't collect a ton of Marvel Legends because of scale, but I think it'd be brilliant if Mattel's DC fig scale with Marvel Legends rather than with, say, Masterverse. I totally agree. I 1000% agree. I think that was an enormous miss by McFarlane. Like, imagine how much more money he would have made, wow, imagine how much more money he would have made Warner Brothers if they'd been in line with Marvel Legends. Now it turns out him not doing that does actually make money for Mattel. Motu teaser looks good, Dave. Tyrone showed it today. Oh, I'll have to find that. Let's see. Star Cosmic Legion sale at BBTS. Brick, you're as bad as I am. Poor Star. We're coming for you, Star. Brick, I saw that. and it burned my eyes. Must not look. Star, you will spend money. Skew, Mattel was starting to get some figures right at the end. The Alfred, the Black Lightning TV figure, that'd be a good place to pick back up. And somebody posted the Batman that Vonner had designed way back. And I think with just some updated articulation, that thing would be glorious. But who really knows? Okay, we're just about caught up here. Woo! Getting there. Mattel still uses tooling from 20. That's fair. That's fair. See, more figures with pins and single joints. Not much different from McFarlane. I know, I know. See, at worst, though, it's kind of like replacing Kathleen Kennedy with somebody. At worst, it's a lateral move. Like, I don't think that anybody can look at it and say, well, okay, I don't think it's going to be worse. I don't. But at worst, it's just going to be the same. Rick, plus smaller scale DC fig size with Marvel Legends only gives McFarlane DC collectors an excuse to rebuy figs of characters they already have. That's true. That's a good business perspective there, Brick. I didn't even think of that. It just, in my head, it makes sense to go, all other comic lines are 6-inch. Why not make the DC line 6-inch, you know? Make it so they can play. See, Ross in the background, a DC announcement. Oh boy. Yep. Vonner showing up. That would be pretty sweet. Matthew, Masterverse is pinless. Got it. Okay, I get why McFarlane wasn't doing Marvel Legends scale. He took the line from DC Collectibles so people wouldn't get classic figures from him in DC. Let's see, made the same figure before. Yeah, but I think if you improve the figure, I don't think you're never gonna have people just decide not to buy Batman and Superman and all those. I think with just better figures, it would have been fine. And when it came to Mattel, until the last wave or two, they weren't making great figures. It would have been easy to do better. Seems oddly appropriate that McFarlane Toys and Kathleen Kennedy are spoken of in the same sentence. Ooh, I did not. I mean, yeah, I did mean to make that parallel, but ooh, ooh. Let's see. Origins is pinless too. Yeah, I think Mattel knows that it has to compete with Marvel Legends. So to make something the same as they at least have to do. They know they can't go worse. It would be hard to, man, I'm feeling foul tonight. I was going to say something there that wasn't going to end well. Not much. Chat jumping. They're not great figures, but Mattel's Jurassic World is also pinless. Mattel's dinosaurs are rad. Kyrus, I hope Mattel doesn't drop the ball on these new DC figs. The DC Universe Classics will probably still be better. See, those were all basically the same body, though. I actually never bought any of those because I just wasn't that interested. All right, guys. So why don't we go ahead? What do you guys want Mattel to do? I mean, I just told you what I want. I want them to make basically Street Fighter style articulation with Street Fighter style accessories. That would make me very happy at 1/12 scale. That is my hope for Mattel. What are you guys thinking? And then after that, we'll jump over and we'll talk about Mask a little bit. Rick, not sure what Mattel figs you're thinking of that have pins. Older figs, maybe? I'm not sure either. But that's just me. Mattel is a big blind spot when it comes to my knowledge of this stuff. See, I like some of those. And to be fair, McFarlane also uses pins. Kathleen Kennedy, let's see, sync Star Wars and Indiana Jones. They need to take a break and slowly rebuild the brand with good material. I mean, I think Indiana Jones is dead. Kind of like with Solo, you don't get Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford. You enjoy the trilogy and you just end it there. Star Wars has a chance to come back, to become super popular again, I think. Oh, Pinless, talking about McFarlane toys. I thought you were all saying pointless. Oh, I've been really trying lately. Like, I haven't been watching any kind of combative or negative or argumentative or anything like that sort of material on YouTube or anything. I've been trying to stay away from all those channels. And here I am basically just ripping into McFarlane toys. This makes me mad. This makes me sad. Okay. Let's see. Mattel has a great chance. Don't mess up. Vonner showed them the way. Jada is showing too. That's just, yeah. Get Dave in there making figures like Jada makes figures. Oh, we would have instant win. I want Mattel to use more than 2 paint palettes for DC figures. That's setting the bar pretty low, Ghost Tab. I hope you've got a little more in the realm of expectation there. I wouldn't hold my breath for Jada Street Fighter level articulation from Mattel unless they hire some good new contractors or hire someone like Gentle Giant. Yeah, I mean, I guess when it comes to my collection, I would love for them to do Street Fighter 2 level figures. When it comes from my wallet, hey, do it just like Marvel Legends and Mr. Stabby won't try to kill me in my sleep. But that's what I would hope they do. Ghost Tab, I'm with you on that, Dave. To piggyback on what you said, excellent sculpts, and let's see, needed, or Ray, I'm sorry. With you on that. Let's see, to piggyback on what you said, excellent sculpts, and where needed, wired capes. Yep, yep. And Jada has shown that you can have wired capes at 25 bucks, and so did McFarlane. So they've got to do something here. But let's not lose sight of the fact that innovation was also one of Warner Brothers' criteria, or criterion. So we shall see. You can do Young Indiana Jones Adventure Series or the Short Round Chronicles. Man, I so wish Indy 5 had featured Short Round, and like that would have been a seamless transition. Just Short Round win. Like Indy just goes to like it's now a Short Round series. That would have been perfection. Well, maybe a little. That is not nice. Gentle Giant Studios has been hired to do many Marvel Legends, including HasLabs. They work for whoever pays. I want to say they worked on the Masterverse Prince Adam, or maybe that was Phil Ramirez. It has been so long since I heard Phil Ramirez's name. Like, I think last time I heard his name had to do with Toy Biz Marvel Legends. Holy crap. Shoeless artist, shoeless artist figure. Yes. See, I didn't mind. I didn't mind that he did that. Actually, I thought that was kind of fun. Some fig collecting friends of mine at work and I were all getting excited about the possibilities of Jada and Hanna-Barbera. Strange getting hyped over something that doesn't even exist yet. So Jada's been quiet for too long. I'm hoping they've got something cooking that's going to shock us all. Do not mess up the DCs, Mattel. Make them same scale as Mafex and Legends. Yep. Yes, please. Yes, please. Whew. Chat's coming in hot. Innovation? Silicone seamless bodies? No, that's creepy. I do wonder what kind of innovation they would throw in. Obviously, the digital figures didn't seem to get it done. Yep, those price points is awesome too. 25 to 26. Yep. Yeah, and think about Storm Arena. Like Storm Arena's coming in at 20, what is it? 26.99, I think, on BBTS. Like they need to, if I were Mattel, I would not be setting my sights on Marvel Legends as far as construction goes. I'd be setting my sights on some of the other guys. but I'm not, obviously. And Hasbro's been doing their thing for a long time pretty successfully. So maybe what they do is perfect. I'm just not sure. Short Round just dropped a Valentine's Day movie featuring Marshawn Lynch. I'm still laughing at the trailer idea. What? Now I need to. Oh, was that a real thing, Skew? Like, if that was a real thing, I might need to find something there. Phil Ramirez still does all sorts of current figs, Dave. He and the creative director at Gentle Giant just did that Cursed Dead Kicks. Really? How did I not know Phil Ramirez was in on that? Wow. Thank you, Brick. Truly, like wow. I need to look into the artists on this stuff a lot more. Saddest thing about McFarlane was that when they tried, they nailed their figures, but they unfortunately had more strikes than hits. Yeah, and I think if they just had a decent batting average, if they batted 250, I think I would have been far more likely to pick their stuff up. But still, to this day, I would say Swamp Thing was their only really great figure because like some of their bigger figures should have been able to articulate better. I think their Lobo was pretty good, but even he needed extra hands, and his colors didn't match. There were just too many problems. Ray, Brick, that guy is awesome. Can you get him on your channel? Oh, Brick, yes. Get Phil and Dave on there. Or one or the other. Either one. That would be sweet. I should. He and Adam had to split duties for the Cursed Dead Kickstarter. I'll try. Oh, Brick. That would be awesome. Ray, yeah. Hopefully Mattel can fix those knees and elbows. All right. Real question. Why is it called strikes? That sounds like a good thing rather than a miss. Only if you're a bowler, Brick. Only if you're a bowler. You want to get like, what's that? 12 strikes in a row. I mean, maybe McFarlane was a bowler. That is that. See, there I am putting that out there again. This is how my head works, people. Nobody likes that. Would have been cool if he passed his hat to Short Round. The original ending for Indy was supposed to be even more disappointing. Ugh. All right, we'll get a couple more here, guys. Then let's jump to Mask. Storm Collectibles is selling Street Fighters 26 to bleed Jada out. As soon as competition stops, they'll go back to their crap line. That might be. But I think Jada already has the jump start. I think people are going to be okay playing with Jada and leaving Storm Arena alone. But we'll see. Yeah, let's see. Yes, I BS you not, Dave. Real movie. Really? Okay, what is it? Ki Hai Kwan, right? I think it's been a while. I've heard his name. Let's see, Love Hurts, I think it's called. Short Round plays a mob boss's younger brother, and Marshawn is an enforcer. And they are, that sounds amazing. Is it? Oh, I love a good stupid movie, Skew. I might have to look for that. All right. Also, if you're the Empire or a Union, strikes is powerful. That's fair. I'm hoping for a Mofex Green Goblin for 3 years, still hanging in there. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope it happens. I do. I love the way Mofex does their stuff. All right, let's finally, because I think that was kind of the big news. I mean, and we might hear more about the details coming out of Toy Fair. So we'll definitely pay attention there. We're going to go now to the mask. We're going to go, I'm on Toy Arc right now. Here I am with glasses. Hi, I'm wearing glasses. And we're going to go to right here, mask relaunch preview from the loyal subjects. Now, something I want to do here real quick too, guys. I did this for the thumbnail. Let me, you know what? Check this out. Let's do something. Let's have a little bit of fun here. I'm going to save that as mask 01. I'm not going to worry about the big picture of heads. We're going to save this. I'm going to Photoshop a little for this portion of the live stream because these images need some help. Of course, I'm sure it's on purpose. But I'll tell you why, as I'm doing this, why I'm actually kind of excited for this. I'm kind of excited for this simply because I'm seeing figures that are 2 inches tall, and I've gotten back into Transformers. And so I'm seeing things that could scale with Transformers, and that would be kind of awesome. Okay, so we'll go ahead. We can discuss the mask stuff, but I'm going to open these images in Photoshop, and I'll go ahead and open Photoshop so you guys can see what I'm doing there. And it's, don't worry, we're still chatting and all that stuff while I'm doing this, but I want better looks at this stuff. And I didn't think about that before I got here early. So we're just going to kind of do that on the fly. Then I'll throw them in. I'll throw them in a little in like a preview folder, and then we'll check them all out there. Or what we can do is I can do this and we can discuss them all as I do it. Why don't we do that, in fact? Okay, Adobe Photoshop is finally opening. My apologies. Right now, all you're looking at are some heads, I believe. Some shaded heads, some really dark heads. Come on, Photoshop. It's a large program, people. Give it time. In the meantime, I'll head back to the chat, see what people are saying here for the mask. Ray, I've been begging for more villains from Mofex. Man, Ray, me too. I don't think villains do as well. I think that's kind of at least the excuse. But I would love to see more of those. Storm is threatened by Jada. I never heard of Jada going after Storm. I think that speaks volumes about who's really sitting in the driver's seat when it comes to these figures. I 1000% agree, Star. 1000%. Okay. So since this is just going to be a discussion, how about I do this? We'll stop this screen. And I will share instead this screen. So I'm just going to mess with a little bit of brightness. No, let's look at exposure. That'll get her. Whoop, that's a little too much exposure. Back off. Okay, so we're getting a slightly better look here of this. Might still be a touch too much. There we go. Okay. So what's everybody's thoughts? First off, have you been waiting for a mask line to come out? Are you stoked? Are you excited? Which is kind of like being stoked. See, is Mesco? I love it. I love it when I start talking and bad things happen. Is Mezco making all Sinister Six figures? I have no idea. Sometimes I'm not sure Mezco is so sure about it. But perhaps Mask looks fire. They have nailed everything else they've brought back. Really? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping this could mean, you know what would be awesome? Like in my head anyway. Oh, did you see that Chaos Batman Dark Knight Returns 112 figure? Ooh, I don't know that I did, Kyrus. Might have to check that out too. So, okay, we've got, obviously Hasbro is licensing their stuff out to loyal subjects. So we've got 2-inch figures here with these vehicles. One, these vehicles might kind of scale a little bit, sort of, with at least some Transformers, right? like that thing might actually scale with a Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. But here's where my brain went when I realized that. What if Loyal Subjects is able to start making G.I. Joe figures at this scale? That wouldn't interfere with what Hasbro has going on. And you could finally have a G.I. Joe Transformers crossover that wasn't like 1/12 scale, because nobody's going to collect a line of Transformers at 1/12 scale. So like I saw this and I thought, ooh, Mask, that's kind of cool. And then my brain went into overdrive like, wait, what if they get to do G.I. Joe figures at this size as well? And then we could get like Awe Strikers and Vamps at this size and all that. And we could finally have that G.I. Joe Transformers crossover in our collections like we've always wanted. That's when I started getting really stoked. And I might get Mask figures just for that. We'll go through here. We'll see a few more comments, and then I'll go and I'll raise the exposure on one of the others. I hope they were able to get some elbow and knee articulation at that size. Yeah, it looks like, well, I can't tell for sure. Hold on. Let me go back to that. Let me zoom in on that image, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I was going to say it looks like maybe, but that looks like, yeah, his arms just back a little bit, kind of balancing the mask between his hip and his hand, it looks like. Maybe not, but that's at least what this render looks like. But again, it's just a render. I say again, like I said that before, but it is just a render. It's possible that things will be a little better when we actually see the figures. I'm just not sure. See, great point on Transformers scaling, Dave. Woo! I'm stoked, Skew. Like, I think that would be awesome. So it scales with Transformers, and if they could throw G.I. Joe in there, that would be sweet. You know Mezco should make Scooby-Doo and the Gang and the Mystery Machine. See, they should, but here's the thing. Jada's going to do it first, I think. And then does Mezco become redundant? Because how many accessories could you really get with Scooby and the Gang? I'm just not sure. I loved that show as a kid. Also, the theme song was badass. Every time I see that word, that's how I say it. I don't know why. See, Jada is running wild. This is so true. Let's see. I hear the Mask music with with this pick. Yep, with those picks. Yeah, it's awesome. I've been hyped since they announced, just waiting to see if they added to the figures. We'll see, man. Oh, yeah. All right, this one and then the next one. Then I'll expand the exposure, brighten up the exposure on the next pick. Mask is great property, but it's vehicle driven, so they need to nail that, which is looking good with the truck. Yeah, I agree, Ghost Tab. I think that's looking pretty awesome. Skew, I'm excited for Mask. It was a crucial line, too, back in the day, cartoon was. Man, I don't know if I saw the cartoon. I remember Mask being a huge deal. Dave is hired for Cool Points ambassador for Loyal Subjects. Sweet. I'm in. If they need a Cool Points ambassador, they may hire me. I would love it. That would be a blast. All right. Let's go to the next one here. Let's crank up the exposure here ever so slightly. If I can do it ever so slightly. It was hard to mess with the mouse here when I was doing this. It wasn't going very subtly. All right, I'd say we might be a little bright there, but there's that one. So we're getting a slightly better look there. And I'm sure they do this on purpose. They're like, somebody with Photoshop's going to go in and make it so we can see these a little more. So go ahead, darken it. Just let them work a little. Ray, I'm already on Classified Retro and Hiya Joe's. I will pass if they make Joe's at that size. Hey, I totally get it, Ray. I totally get it. I love the look of those Hiya Joe's, by the way. I'm just, strictly speaking, I'm just looking at this as, holy crap, we could finally get our Transformers G.I. Joe line. Ace has been influencing them on these bodies too. Oh, I was unaware. Has Ace, do you mean like kind of indirectly, or has he actually been talking to them? Anton, I hope they include the girl too. Wear a mask. It's been so long. I remember Matt Tracker. That is it. And that's only because of the G.I. Joe 25th anniversary line. Jada is going to nail Scooby Doo. I totally agree. I mean, just what we've seen, they're going to kill it. They have no choice. They're Jada. They're awesome. They do good work. All right. Yeah, I hope Jada does Hanna-Barbera figures. Same here, Ray. Everybody, a lot of people in the chat seem to be thinking Space Ghost would be awesome. See, I love your Masked Joe Transformers interplay line at this scale idea. I just think it works, and it works with what Hasbro's already making Transformers wise. Like, this is scaled to their main line. So, oh, I appreciate it, Brick. I see this. I'm like, holy crap, this could be awesome. Thanks for the magic light cranking on Photoshop, Dave. You bet, Stu. Get through another comments, and I'll head to the next one. Whoop. The chat's jumping. It would be cool to see the Autobots and Decepticons training the G.I. Joe vehicles into Autobots. Oh, that would be nice. Ooh, good call, Anton. And they could make G.I. Joe vehicles and Cobra vehicles kind of like mask vehicles. Give them something new and crazy. I mean, Hasbro tried to cross mask Transformers and Joe plus other IP and movies. I forgot about that, Brick. Yeah, they were trying to cross over everything. I think Micronauts were in there. So strange. Mezco stated how they spent years trying to master soft goods, and they've done a good job. Jada comes out of nowhere and knocks it out of the park with their soft goods. Nailed it. Yeah, but to be fair to Mezco, Jada's, well, you know what? Never mind. I was just thinking M. Bison, but with David and Lucy, I mean, to be fair to Mezco, they have been, I mean, their stuff looks really good, but so does the Jada stuff. You've got a point, Star. They've been watching Ace's Machina stuff. Oh, got it, Skew. Got it. Why did I not even think of that? Let's see, why not start with toys? Love the idea. Woohoo! It would just be fun. I was looking at them. I'm like, oh my God, this would be so cool. All right, let's get this one next. Then we'll go back through and we'll see them all, see what everybody thinks. And maybe I'll save these and put them on X or YouTube or wherever. There's a few more details of that thing. And I'm sure you guys are sitting here listening to me say these things. I really don't know Mask. Like I said, I know Matt Tracker. So I know somebody's yelling at the screen right now saying, that's such and such a vehicle, and that's this character and all that. But yeah, anyway, feel free to let me know what I'm screwing up as I talk. Kyrus, I wanted that Mask truck a lot when I was a kid. Never got it. Good news, Kyrus. Looks like you're getting another chance. Star, can anyone please humor me by agreeing that Jada will show a Space Ghost prototype at New York Comic Con? Please. Star, I wish I could. I can't lie to you. I would feel terrible if I lied to you. Maybe Jada's a last minute, like maybe they're there now. I don't see it though. Now, I would not be surprised if they did go full Hanna-Barbera and ended up with Space Ghost. I will say that. But if you have Transformers turning into vehicles next to a helicopter that turns into a jet, one of these things feels less cool. That's fair. That's fair, Brick. Okay. We will just have Transformers and let G.I. Joe stay G.I. Joe. And then we can have like Flint fly that helicopter because he is a helicopter pilot that turns into whatever. Star, you have your Cyberpunk figs already? Ooh, that's true. I need to get those still. Oh, I want. Skew after Samurai Jack, anything can happen, especially Space Ghost. It's true. But yeah, I think if they go full Hanna Barbera, I think yeah, Space Ghost is a shoe in. Miles Mayhem. That's who this is, Skew. Awesome, thank you. And what's the chopper there? Kyra, someone should. Oh, Thundar. You know what? People are thinking. We've talked about this quite a bit, Kairos, about how Jada might just go full Hanna Barbera, and it sounds like they've got a shot at doing it, and I would love it. Ray, nope, not yet. I saw on another site that they're. Let's see. Oh, the arrival date's the 28th. Ooh, I need to get those. Thanks for the heads up, Star. Get through. How about the Star Cosmic or how about this Star Cosmic Legion sale at PBT? Break you, bully. Besides, Star's okay until Cosmic Legions has double jointed elbows and knees, and then he's hosed. We all know this. Skew, aka Crimson Twins, uncle, not, but they dress the part. What? That's who Miles Mayhem is? That would be awesome. See, I love the way you think, brother. Heck yeah. Skew knows what's up. Let's see, full Hanna-Barbera, so much, yes. I think in terms of any kind of Tropic Thunder references, everybody goes full Hanna-Barbera. They did it with the IDW comics, but it didn't catch on. But see, here you wouldn't even have to say it was a G.I. Joe Transformers crossover. You could just make G.I. Joe at this scale, and then everybody could cross them over themselves. Skew, Switchblade, is that the name of the chopper? Miles Mayhem and Switchblade. I like it. That sounds vicious. Kathleen Kennedy butchered Star Wars and for the last decade wore its skin, looking in a mirror singing, I feel pretty. that's disturbing. That's disturbing. Rick, people often think Thundar is Hanna-Barbera, but it's actually, oh wow. Oh, Brick. Busted. I did not know that. Thank you, sir. Oh, so even if they got the full Hanna-Barbera, is Ruby Spears owned by Warner Brothers? Because Hanna-Barbera is. Rick, my wife can't figure out why I'm crying when that sign is on. Poor Star. Oh dear. All right, let's head to the next one here real quick. I think this is the big one. This is Matt Tracker and his Camaro. I think, right? Hang on. Let's lighten this bad boy up. Little more, little more. All right. So we've done that with all of them. What are people thinking? Are people interested in this line? Because I know generally I talk 1/12 scale. This probably wouldn't be something that I would keep up with on Toypixx so much, but it doesn't mean I wouldn't be picking this stuff up on my own. But it is such a popular thing, it seems, that I figured we had to talk about it. And when I thought about the possibilities of Transformers crossing over with it, and then carried it over into, oh my God, G.I. Joe, then I couldn't not talk about it at that point. So, anyway, what are you guys thinking of this stuff? Are you on board? Are you in? Are you fans? Sci-Fi George, I want Mattel to do 6-inch scale and team box set Shazam fam. Oh, JSA, that would be amazing. Oh, what if they could follow, like if they constructed their figures more like Jada, but kept the business practices kind of like a crossover of Hasbro's, let's say Marvel Legends, or even Valaverse with the different accessories and everything they could come out with. Oh, that would be amazing. Ooh, I love the idea of like family packs, like the Shazam family. I think that would be amazing, man. Good call. Ruby Spears and Hanna-Barbera, owned by Warner Brothers. Bring them on. But I'm sure the Ruby Spears license would still have to be separate from the Hanna-Barbera license. Ray, Hong Kong Fooey, Speed Buggy. There's so many awesome toys that could come from Hanna-Barbera. Herculoids, Hong Kong Fooey. Captain Caveman, guys, let's be honest. He's the real hero. Anton, if you want your Space Ghost kit, go check out what Dynamite is doing in their comic book line. I might. I prefer my kicks in plastic. Thank you very much. I mean, I like comics. I need to get back into them. I need to find time to get into all the stuff I need to get back into. I'm interested, depends on availability, price, backburnered for me long term, possible pickups. Love the old lines. Got it, got it. And that makes sense. I mean, there's so much cool out there right now. I'm curious about how this is going to do. Mask isn't for me, but it's rad that it, along with Gem, Rainbow Bright, my buddy, and others, are coming back via loyal subjects. How did I? Wow, I did not know about any of those. That's kind of cool. And some of those, like Mask here at this size, if they keep them affordable, then kids could get into Mask, and that would be something like I think kids would like this stuff. I mean, today, I think kids would like this stuff. And as Mask progresses, they could do more modern cars after they've kind of knocked out the classics, if they keep going, which they should if it's successful. I am interested. I want to see if they added some articulation to the figures. I'm hoping that they did. These renders aren't convincing me. Hang on, let me zoom in on the good Mr. Tracker here, because I think it looks the same as the last one. Yeah, because we can definitely see this looks almost old school. Is that like a G.I. Joe pin in his arm there? Like the metal screw looking deal? And then you can see articulation at the hips. But I mean, obviously, this is a render here. Or it was a photo with very low exposure. But what I'm seeing here, it looks like you've got basically 5 points. Maybe that's a waist cut. And waist cut at this scale, I'll accept it. I'll be okay with that. Although maybe it's, you know what? I think we might be looking at rubber band construction here. Because look at how that looks like it pops up a little bit. We might be going old school on this, ladies and gents. There might be an O-ring in that guy. So yeah, we're going to get, it looks like we'll at least get waist articulation. We'll get hip articulation. We'll get shoulder articulation. Here, the shoulder's kicked out with the mask just between his forearm and his hip. And I'm sure we'll get neck articulation. So I'm thinking we're going to get 6 points of articulation. But at a 2-inch scale or a 2-inch figure, I don't know. I mean, I wish I knew more about construction. I can't think that's that bad, you know? See what we got. Skew at Brick. I love all those coming back. I want a 6-inch classified style Gem somehow for an exclusive. You know what? Throw Gem in one of those band packs we were talking about earlier for classified. That's right. Put Gem in place of Duke so people would buy it from the average Joe band. My Duke hate runs deep. Both Marvel and DC are supposed to be doing 2 crossover books this year. Let's get ready to amalgam. Man, Dark Claw. Dark Claw. I remember Dark Claw more than any of the others because Batman and Wolverine. That's amazing, right? All of that loyal subject stuff will be front and center news at Toy Fair. But yeah, those have all been announced. Gem is already in stores. Okay, this is clearly me having a whole lot of blind spots. Thank you, Brick. I clearly need to, I'm just going to need to go to Loyal Subject site. Maybe we'll do that here shortly. Yes, it's Ruby Spears, but they work for Hanna-Barbera. Okay, okay, sweet. So there's still a possibility. Check BBTS out for loyal subjects, Dave. Got it, Skew. I think we'll just go to a loyal subjects homepage here in a minute. And I might save these and put them on Twitter just so people can see the brightened up images. Loyal Subjects is keeping it old school with everything they're doing, matching the original toys pretty closely. Again, not for me, but cool for the fans who want that. See, yeah, that'd be something that after a while would get old for me. Like I would want them to start doing something a little new. Like matching the aesthetic is fine. I'm totally good with that. But I don't want just rehashed masked vehicles. Now, for me, it's not a big deal because I didn't have the originals, but eventually it would be nice if they started updating at least the cars, the trucks, all that. Figures look good, like the mask cartoon. Mama, my mask. See, looks pretty cool. Yeah. As much as I want Jada to do the Herculoids, I just can't see them making the massive tooling for Ukla, Zoc, and Tundro. Seems like something they'd assume to be too risky. It might be, but on the other hand, a lot of characters that they're working on, like, I mean, think about the Scooby Doo villains that they've talked about. Those are, I wouldn't say those are, I, iconic's never a good word for this stuff. I wouldn't say those are crazy well known, so who knows? That would be dope. Sci-fi. I'd love for Jada to do Bionic 6, Mighty Max, Mummies Alive, and the Galaxy Rangers. I think basically at this point, sci-fi, I've talked about how if Mafex had just all the licenses, I'd be good. I think I could split the licenses between Mafex and Jada at this point. If Mafex and Jada combined had all the licenses, I would be good. Super Soldier. Doctor Strange Fate? Huh. Don't know. Let's see. I'm hyped for that DC Marvel crossover. Oh, that's right. You were talking about the other characters. Got it, Ray. Thank you. The other amalgam characters. Sci-Fi George, Ramen is working on a Galaxy Ranger. Stay tuned. Long term. Nice. All right, guys, here's what we got. We're going to check out Anton's, then we're going to go to Loyal Subjects, then we're going to call it a night. Only collectors and crazy people like us would buy those figures anyway, so who cares? Make them anyway. It's fair. But there is something about the styling of Hanna-Barbera stuff that I think, and I'm just looking to see the time here, guys. Sorry. But there is something about Hanna-Barbera stuff that I think have like universal kid appeal. So I don't know. I'm hoping kids get back into this stuff somehow. Okay. So I'm going to keep that Photoshop, those files there. I'll post those images on X after the live stream. But for now, let's go to Loyal Subjects homepage. The Loyal Subjects. There we go. And I will share the screen. Ba-da-da-da. Look at me with these glasses. I'm not comfortable right now, guys. This is terrible. I just want to see what all we've got going on here. Okay, collections. What do we have? Rainbow Bright, Strawberry Shortcake, Teletubbies, Turtles, 2024 limited releases and SDCC exclusives. Okay, what do we have here? That's probably a pretty good representation of what we've got going on, actually. Are any of these 1/12 scale? Like, it doesn't look like Rainbow Bright is, obviously, and they're kind of the wrong look anyway. Okay, so anybody into Rainbow Bright way back when? Looks like Loyal Subjects has you covered. Let's keep going. Strawberry Shortcake, weren't they? Was Boss Fight doing some of those, or am I totally off? Ba-da-da-da. I feel like Boss Fight was doing strawberry shortcake figures and more kind of action figurey, but still not like 112 scale or anything like that. But I'm not sure. My sister had some of this stuff. It would be fun to get her some strawberry shortcake stuff just so she'd roll her eyes at me. Okay, Teletubbies, however, never fun, always creepy. No Teletubbies. You guys aren't allowed. I keyed. Okay, we know they have TMNT. Let's look at Shop All. I want to see if they show us all the lines they've got. Oh, well, I click Shop All and we get, oh, never mind. They're just showing us all their things. Whoa. Okay, so basically we're just looking at the same stuff we already looked at plus the turtles. I'm trying to see if there's some kind of, I'm sure we're going to get plenty more of this information at Toy Fair as well if anybody's looking for it, except again, information on those are evil. Huh. Okay, so apparently Loyal Subjects has quite a bit. Here's what's confusing though. They don't have Gem listed on their website. Maybe she's in, hold on, let's see if she's in the exclusive section from way back. Or maybe she sold out. Maybe Gem's just not here anymore. Huh. Alrighty. Well, there we go. That would be the Loyal Subject stuff. But that's a weird thing to end on compared to what we usually talk about in here. We'll go until 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock my time, so another 8 minutes. Why does my toy collecting hobby feel like a Tyson fight? I'm front row at Jada and SHF beating the crap out of each other for my dollars. It's frying my brain. Too close to call right now. I don't think they're fighting each other for your dollars right now, Star. I think if someone else jumped in, like, I don't know, 3-0 for their DLX line, I think then we're going to have a fight. That is just mean sauce right there. That's right, mean sauce. Skew, Jada does all the licenses with Mafex. That would be it. Jada and Mafex, the only companies that we need when it comes to action figures. Goodbye, Anton. Have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping in. Good stream. Have a good night, Dave and chat. You too, Ray. Thanks for stopping by. Whew. All right. How's the brick? If you like Hanna-Barbera action heroes but don't know the name Alex Toth, please Google. And if you didn't realize Jack Kirby worked for Ruby Spears, Google that too. I knew Jack Kirby did a lot of work for animation. I did not know Ruby Spears specifically. I will have to look at that. I knew the name Alex Toth probably because of one of these streams before. Kirby's basically the man, though. Those two men, along with George Lucas, occupied my childhood mind. Nice. See, Alex Toth and Jack Kirby, legends. Facts. Let's see, you're not off. Boss Fight did some too. Sweet. Okay. All right, I wasn't sure. Let's see, Samu. Hold on. Osamu Tezuka and Shotaro Ishinomori in that list too. What did they do? I know those names and it's driving me nuts that I can't figure out what they did. Skew Tinky. Yeah, never buy those. They're horrible. They're evil. See, Micronauts more than deserves to be reborn. Truly classic figs. So, see, Star, it seems to me like you're wishing more of these into existence. More lines that would be fighting for your dollars. I'm just saying. Just be careful there. Gem's in the center of that first image. Right, but I didn't see her for sale, Brick. That's what I was saying. Let's see. Scroll to the top. Yeah. All right, let's see. Micronauts is Reborn Star Super 7. Don't buy into the hate. They'll rule with that property. I haven't gotten a Super 7. Like their ultimate stuff, it just doesn't appeal to me because of the limits in articulation and everything. But I haven't tried their reaction stuff. Maybe I'll try one of those. I like the 12-inch gem. I hope someone does 1/12 ones. Walmart. Want to say gem exclusive? See, I'm serious, man. Put gem in G.I. Joe Classified. Thanos, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping in. We're only here a couple more minutes, but hey, there's always catching it on the replay. And, well, that's all I got. Nah, Dave, when DLXTFs get into the ring, the only real brawl is going to be my wife and I when she gets a look at the bill. That's when you just tell her up front, be like, okay, honey, here's the deal. I'm going to go stay at a hotel. What I'm going to do first is put this on the dresser, and it's the bill. And I just don't want you to look. I'll be back tomorrow. That's probably not a good idea. Probably not. In fact, don't listen to me when it comes to that kind of thing. Oh my gosh. I'm pushing all the buttons and they're not working. Stop not working buttons. There we go. Okay, I'm going to try and get through these kind of quick. So hang on. What do we got? Thank Kirby for Thundar Concepts, Dave. Nice. Star Brick and Skew. Thanos. Woo! Skew, thanks for the heads up. Suzuka's Astro Boy, Giant Robo, etc. Ishinomori, Kamen Rider, Keek Raider. Okay. I don't know that one there. Kamen Rider, yes. See, I think Gem is Walmart for now, then other places or other stores later. Okay. We'll find out more, I'm sure, at Toy Fair. Let's see. Never go full or partial Tinky Winky. Never. Stay away from that. The only thing I want to hear from NECA is if they still have the Gargoyles license, and if they do, put out the rest of the line they showed 2 years ago. I think a lot of people would be happy if they just released the rest of the resting wings. I mean, I agree, like a Macbeth would be awesome, but I think, is it Hudson that's missing just the down wings? I think a lot of people would just be stoked for that. See, Brick, are they really any good? I've seen 2 of theirs and they don't look anything like the classics. Very limited articulation. Here, Dave, Micronauts is being done in Super 7 Reaction O-Ring line. They get vintage lines like Micronauts, which, by the way, was the originator of the O-Ring body. Oh, I did not know that. Nice. Brick, didn't Tezuka also do Kimbo, the White Lion? Oh, dear. See, Zartan and the Misfits can, let's see, Vogue Battle, Gem and the Holograms without going full or partial Tinky Winky. Always best to not go full or partial Tinky Winky. And I think they could do that. They'll get their star. They need to see interest from toy fans first, though. Otherwise, they won't bother. They also are licensing it from Hasbro and have callouts to Arcturus Ran, Marvel Micronauts. I don't know what that is. Huh. Okay. All right. Just about set. Thanks again, everybody, for stopping by. This has been a great chat. Have you heard anything more from Fanigan about the Micronauts he and his son are doing? They looked fantastic. Man, you guys are speaking languages I know nothing of. It makes me sad, but it also keeps confirming that I am indeed a bad nerd. And that somehow makes me happy. Gotta run. You rock, Dave. Toypixx. Thank you, Brick. Thanks for hanging out, man. It was a great stream. You were, as always, quite good in this bad boy. So thanks again, man. Always enjoy your participation and the stuff you know. All right, guys. I would say it is pretty much that time. So that's what I got. Thanks as always for stopping by. I'm going to take off the glasses so I can look all me again. stopping by. I know you guys could do anything with your time and you chose to hang out here tonight. That's massively appreciated. And it's a whole lot of fun when you do make that decision. So thanks again. And as always, have fun. Happy snapping. See ya. This is where I awkwardly have to hit end stream twice and wave and not sure if it'll stop. Here we go. There's the second hit. Whee!